Boucher, Mishko Paganan, Quena Dishnakas Mungdodam. Hi, everybody. It's Sandi Boucher here once again. I'm Red Thunderbolt Woman of the Loon Clan, a proud member of St. River First Nation in Northern Ontario, Treaty 3 territory, and I'm here one more time with Personal Power Principle number 12. And I say one more time because this is actually going to be my last video for the year 2021. It's been a heck of a year. And for me, I say that from a total place of gratitude. It was challenging, but business and life wise, it has definitely been my best year yet. And because of that, that did not happen by accident. That happened with me working my tush off. I'm actually going to take a full 3 weeks off. So this is going to be the last weekly video I send out until the first week in January. So I wish you and yours all the best during the holiday season. But before I do that, I have some things for you. First off, let's start with a reminder of what personal power number 12 was. So here it is. Remember, you are more experienced now than ever before. Act like it. Now, what I want to do today is play a little game with you, and I may have done this before, and if you've done it before, consider it a great refresher. If you haven't, then please take a minute to do this. If you're watching this on Shaw Spotlight, you can rewatch it on my YouTube channel, gather your loved ones around. This is really important to do, especially if someone is feeling weighed down by their life and all of the challenges. So what I want you to do, what I need you to do is grab a blank piece of paper, just like a writing pad, and a pen or a pencil. And I'm going to list off a whole bunch of everyday life experiences. And if you've experienced it, what I want you to do is draw a star. However you draw a star, you do not have to have artistic ability for this, trust me, because I so don't. But what you're going to end up with is what I call your night sky. So scatter the stars around. They are not going to be all the same size. They're definitely not going to be in a row. You'll get the drift. So, for example, the first one is if you've ever been married. And in this case, I'm not talking common law. I'm talking the stress of the legal ceremony. You did the planning. You showed up for the event. You survived all that stress. Put a star in your night sky if you've ever been married. And for the Joan Collins people out there, if you've been married 7 times, knock your socks off. Go ahead and put 7 stars on that paper. It's not up to me to decide what goes in your night sky. Next one, if you've ever had a child, and guys, if you were right there in the room with your partner, going through the motions with her, holding her hand and letting her squeeze the daylights out of it, then yes, you can put a star in your night sky. And if you want to put one for each one of your children, you go right ahead. Next one, the wording of this is really super important. If you've ever felt like you had to move, had to, for a job, for school, whatever the case may be, because a relationship ended, you felt like you were forced to. If you've ever had that experience, put a star in your sky. Next one, I'm going to assume most of us have this one. If you've ever had the lovely experience of going for a job interview, put a star in your sky. If you can remember the first day of starting school, whether that was JK, SK, or just kindergarten, I'm old enough when it was just kindergarten, whether it was the first day of high school, first day of college, whatever the case may be, if you can remember the stress of that first day, put a star in your sky. Next one, this one's always fun to do at a live event because I get them to put up their hands for each one that applies to them. So if you've ever failed a test, whatever the test may be, give yourself a star. Again, if you remember the stress of that first day at a new job, give yourself a star. If you have ever passed or graduated from something, give yourself a star. If you've ever passed or graduated from something, give yourself a star. If you have ever passed or graduated from something, give yourself a star. If you have ever passed or graduated from something, give yourself a star. If you have ever passed or graduated from something, give yourself a star. If you have ever passed or graduated from something, give yourself a star. If you've ever gone through the challenges and the emotional upheaval of a divorce, give yourself a star. If you have ever been fired from a job, give yourself a star. If you have ever completed an exam, now there's tests and there's exams and the stress of an exam. If you've ever taken an exam, give yourself a star. If you have ever lost a loved one, give yourself a star. If you have ever been the one who ended a relationship, give yourself a star. If you yourself personally have ever been seriously ill to the point where you weren't sure you were going to make it, give yourself a star. If you've ever had a loved one who was seriously ill, give yourself a star. Does everyone know what a phobia is? Fear, phobia. If you've ever attempted to overcome a phobia, whether you were successful or not, if you have tried, give yourself a star. And the last one, if you have ever suffered a severe shock, and whether it's a yes or no is up to you. I'm not going to decide if it was severe or not. You know the answer. Now, I want you to look at your night sky, because so often those are the reasons people use to say why I'm not successful. I got a divorce. I had to move, whatever. Every single one of those are huge, stressful situations. And you were stronger than it, because every single one of those things are in your past and you're here on the other side of it. You survived it, probably got a scar or two. That's okay. That just shows you've been around and living a good life. But you're stronger than all of those. Why? Well, that's personal power principle number 12. Remember, you are more experienced now than ever before. Act like it. So there you have it, my friend. I want you to take a moment, look back over the last year, celebrate all your successes, and pat yourself on the back for surviving all those challenges. And by the way, for all those people who asked, yes, the 12 principles of personal power are now a calendar that you can download on my website. You asked, I delivered. There you have it, my friends. I have had the most amazing year, and part of that was because I got to spend this time with you. So I really hope you enjoyed this journey. As I mentioned, I will be back the first week of January, but January starts a whole new series. We're going to be talking about the 52 steps to reconciliation. 52 weeks, one step for every week. And these are not steps that the government needs to take or corporations need to take. These are steps that an individual like you and me can take to move the needle forward. And I'm so looking forward to you joining me on that journey, just like we did with the personal power principles. Enjoy this holiday season. I wish you and yours all the best, and I will see you in 2022. I love you. Take care. Bye bye.